Hi, my name is Leanna Renee Hieber. I am the author of Gothic Victorian fantasy novels for adults and teens. I'm the author of the Strangely Beautiful saga and the Eterna Files saga, most recently, Eterna and Omega. My outfit today is not in fact a costume. This truly is, give or take a few layers, the way that I dress every day. I feel that I am a reincarnate Victorian. I've never quite felt like I belong in this time period, and the only thing that makes sense to me is to write about the 19th century. Steampunk is Victorian science fiction. Gaslamp fantasy is Victorian set fantasy. In Eterna and Omega, the action really ramps up. The Eterna Files set up our tale of two paranormal investigation teams, one in London, the Omega Department, and one in New York, the Eterna Commission. And in Eterna and Omega, these two teams are pitted against each other, but they quickly learn that there's a third party that's actually trying to play them against each other, so they must team up. What has surprised me about the Victorian era is how many parallels there are to our modern era. I think that if you take a moment to look back at the 19th century and you think, oh, those silly Victorians, you're missing some of the parallels that we have here. The numbers economically are very similar to today, and there's a lot of things that we take for granted in terms of social progress that the activism was beginning in the late 19th century. And so writing in this time period is very much about, they were wrestling with many things that we're still wrestling with today. And so I think the most important thing about writing historical fantasy is that it's not a period at a distance. It's something that parallels wherever it is that you are. It's very hard to pick a favorite line in Eterna and Omega. I'm rather fond of this book. However, one of my favorite lines has to be from my heroine, Clara Templeton. We must combat horror with a more comprehensive humanity. Not science, magic, or faith, but life. That, perhaps, is the weapon of Eterna after all. Life.